things here?
So
I'll wait till you come back, okay.
Well, I'm gonna give me like
Gotcha.
5 minutes,
No
and then
problem.
you can start.
No problem.
And we'll just need to wait one more person.
Yeah, you should ask me to do this because we had some technical issues we wanted to check. So, although we're being recorded, the meeting has not yet started. And we don't have a quorum.
See, I'm in trouble getting online.
I don't know, he said this is gonna be live on YouTube. So there you go.
Oh, yeah, great. Are we allowed to do that?
I think that's, I don't know, I assume so. That's one thing we won't do.
I'm being recorded, so I'm trying to keep a straight face. Why is it over there? Okay, so I'm connected. Cindy, how long do we
Okay.
record? 4 minutes? No, how long do we wait?
Oh, well, as long as y'all are willing to wait, there's no,
How long you gonna wait for?
Until
yeah,
Cindy
I'm
throws
expecting 3. Out of the 3 others that are supposed to be here.
Here we go.
Here we go, there they are, okay.
And our quorum, we have Q2. Quorum.
Cold weather adds,
I'm doing great, how are you? Yeah. Oh, you're fine. 36, we were way behind that.
oh, I know.
Listen, I started taking the elevator. I started to the church 2 days ago.
I'd like to call the meeting to order for Monday, November 10th of the Health and Education Facilities Board. Thank you for everybody for being here. And despite the flurries outside, public schools are still open. First, I'd like to ask for a request to approve the minutes from our September 24th meeting. Is there a motion to do so?
Will we accept the minutes from the,
24th,
yes.
for the motion?
I move that we accept the minutes.
So moved. Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
The minutes from September 24th meeting are approved. We have a couple items on the calendar today, but before that, we'd like to call for a public comment period. Is there anyone who would like to address the board at this point? Seeing that no one offer, we're going to move on to item number 4, approval of Rutherford County issuance. Consideration of the request of Ascension Health Alliance, doing business as Ascension, for approval of the issuance by the Health and Education Facilities Board of Rutherford County, Tennessee, of those certain not to exceed $365 million in revenue bonds in one or more series, and the expenditure of not to exceed $125 million in Davidson County locations therein. Is there someone who'd like to address?
Yes, ma'am. Good morning. I'm Sumner Bolden. I represent the Rutherford County issuer. And what you pretty much just said exactly what we're requesting. The $365 million issue is a multi-county issue. There are 4 total. This is obviously one, and about $125 million will be expended here. This is a common way for Ascension to issue in Tennessee. They'll use one issuer, and so this year it's us, I guess. And Melanie Bull and Brandon Williams from Ascension are both here and can tell you a little bit more about the specifics of the Davidson County piece.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
Good morning. My name is
Morning.
Brandon Williams, and I'm Chief Financial Officer for Ascension St. Thomas here. The totality of the Davidson County investments will be invested really as a recapitalization project for both Ascension St. Thomas West and Ascension St. Thomas Midtown. There are 3 components to the projects. Much of it is related to facility refresh, so working through dated nursing units and upgrading to more modern equipment. And then in terms of our fleet replacement program, reinvestment in imaging equipment, and expansion of some of our OR spaces, specific to cardiac surgery at West, and then surgical oncology at the Midtown campus.
Excellent. Any questions? This is approval, so
It's a consent that's required under the statute. We've issued debt where we had to obtain consent from outlying jurisdictions. Well, this time it's a little bit in reverse because Rutherford County is the issuer. So they simply need the consent acknowledgement of this board that this is happening.
I'd like to move for consent. Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Hi.
Approved.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Matt, you might be able to sit down and get right back. It's gonna be fast today. Super fast. We're gonna be done in like 90 seconds about. I hope Chrissy's done.
Thank you.
Yeah. Moving on to number 5, this is a preliminary approval, consideration of the request of ECG East Bank LP for preliminary approval of the issuance of those not certain to exceed $100 million multifamily housing revenue bonds in one or more series. Also open for a public hearing, should there be anybody that would like to address the room or the board. Seeing that there is no one, who would like to address?
Hey, good morning. My name's Elsie. Good to see you all again here on behalf of Elmington. I'm sure you all are very familiar with this project. It's a 323-unit affordable housing development across from the new Titan Stadium. And so it's going to be a mixture of 1, 2, and 3-bedroom units. We're really excited about this project. We're partnering with the Fallon Company, who's the master developer on the entire East Bank. So we're coming in as the affordable housing developer to bring these units to be. And the timing of this, we are applying for the tax credits and bonds with THDA at the end of this year, and then we will be breaking ground hopefully in May of 2026. Happy to answer any other questions that y'all may have. Oh, and the state has set aside these bonds already, so it's a special designation. THDA has allocated these bonds, so this project is supported both at the state, federal level, and then also right here in Nashville.
One question that I have is in the documents where you all mentioned the units being available at 30%, 60%, and 80% AMI.
Yes.
Do you have or know a breakdown of like approximately how many per each of those percentages will be available?
Yes, so we will have roughly 25% will be at the 30% AMI, and we'll have project-based vouchers that we're working through the project now to have on those 30% AMI units, and then it will be a roughly even split between the remaining 75% of the 60 and 80% AMIs.
Are the PBVs from MDHA or from a state bucket?
Yeah, they're from a state bucket through THDA. So we were in discussions with MDHA. We've kind of broadly talked to both the state and MDHA, but we were going through a very rigorous process with MDHA to do a fair cloth to rad conversion here, and the state had available vouchers, so we're proceeding with that route instead.
Great.
Any other questions from the board?
And this is the 2-acre kind of, when you're driving by, for curiosity's sake, on Shelby Avenue. It's a 2-acre parking lot as of today, and so it's a very flat site. It'll be a podium structure with some ground level retail as well.
Anybody like to make a motion?
So moved.
So moved. For approval?
I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? All right, approved. Thank you very much. Preliminary approval passed. Moving on to item number 6, another preliminary approval consideration of the west of ECG Buena Vista for a preliminary approval of the issuance of those certain not to exceed $44 million in multifamily housing revenue bonds. There's also a public hearing requirement. Would anybody like to address the room or the board? Seeing that there was none, who would like to address the group? You look so familiar.
Standing back up. So this project is a phase 2 of a current, we have 184 units currently under construction, a project that you all have approved, and this is another 140 units to go directly across the street. So happy to answer any questions. We're finalizing the specific unit mix of this now. This is earlier than we would typically. We'd probably be coming to you all traditionally in February for this project, or January, February before we apply to THDA in March. But this project specifically falls out of the QCT, which is a designation to have additional equity on the project, so we can preserve that QCT by coming to you all for a preliminary inducement this year. So that's the
And remind us how many units are going to be in this one?
140.
I want to make sure I understand that correctly.
Yes.
The QCT is currently, the where it's located is currently a QCT.
Correct.
But will not be next
It's
year.
falling out of the QCT. So
Yep.
there's a period
And
of.
so to do it now, you still get the points
That's correct.
for next year's application.
Absolutely, that's correct. So if we, so the Qualified Census Tract is what QCT stands for, and that is designated every single year. That can shift slightly. This one specifically falls out, and there's a 2 to 3 month window of time that we're able to do a few procedural processes to actually hold that QCT for 2 years.
For whatever it's worth, and it's worth nothing, but I think having more affordable housing outside of QCTs is actually a goal that we ought to all pursue, right? Putting, essentially, QCTs means that they are lower income census tracts, am I correct in that?
Yes.
Right? And so you get points to put them there. I would say as a policy matter, having more affordable housing outside of qualified census tracts ought to be something that we ought to explore. And so I am wildly supportive of getting one that, albeit probably not significantly, falls outside the QCT designation.
What is the risk or with them falling in the QCT? Or like, what's the challenge there?
So essentially, like, the way the system is set up, you are incentivized to put more affordable housing into areas that are already designated lower income areas.
Okay.
And therefore are qualified census tracts. As opposed to, say, giving extra bonus to putting high-tech developments in more expensive areas, and that's sort of the challenge. But like, you could theoretically have a different policy that says, we're gonna incentivize the construction of high-tech developments in
12 South.
12 South or Belmead.
Yeah.
That would be sort of the extreme end of this. This is one that sort of is in today, this year, but because of changes in the area, will fall outside of next year.
Okay.
And so to still get grandfathered in, they're coming for the designation now, as opposed to in February when
Yeah.
it'll be out. So
Okay.
it's like moving from one side of a line to another, but directionally, it's something that I think that we ought to be even more supportive of,
A question.
spreading it around.
Thank you. Were you good? Were you good?
Oh, I thought you were there.
No, I was. Were you good?
Yeah, I'm good. Yeah, thank you.
My apologies. I sound worse than I feel, and I'm not contagious. Location-wise, where are you on West Trinity Lane? I see you on Buena Vista, and you're on Trinity Lane, Buena Vista.
We're directly
West
off of.
White Creek. Are you in that area across from like Born Again Church?
Yes, we're across the street from Born Again.
So you already have part 1 and you're building part 2? The old location where there was like a dump center for the
Salvage unit.
salvage unit? So you're gonna develop that portion?
We are not. We're to the west of our current 184 unit development. We're to the west, right directly off of Buena Vista. And so the salvage yard is on the east of this side on
Directly
Trinity.
challenged, so you're gonna be adjacent to your part 1?
Correct.
Okay, and then
But not the salvage yard.
that's on the still going toward,
Born Again Church.
okay, gotcha, okay,
Yep.
thank you.
Absolutely.
My question is, with phase 1, since it's already been under construction, have you all encountered any challenges or concerns that are informing your phase 2, that you've, made any contingencies for?
That's a great question. Not necessarily. We've been working with the current property owner on this. It's one master SP, and so we've been working with them for years now. We understand the site. We know it very well. This site does have a creek that runs through it, and so we are navigating those environmental pieces.
Okay.
But besides that, no, we're very familiar with the site.
Does this plan mirror the first plan?
It does. It'll
And
be
so is Plan 1 really being implemented well?
it is.
To piggyback on Kenya's question, you guys are at good occupancy rates at this point?
We just broke ground this summer, so we're just we are under construction as of now, and it'll be a 24-month construction period for that project. So we're 6 to 8 months in.
Okay.
Any other questions? Is there a motion?
I move for approval.
I second.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any against? All right, approved. Thank you. Seeing that there's nothing else on the agenda, I think we have a record now. Chairperson should get like a cookie or something.
Wow, it's
All in favor? All in favor? Yeah, okay, let's adjourn. Thanks, everybody, appreciate it.
quick.